Hello everyone, hope you're well. This is the fourth part of Cresta Cowell's The Wizards of Once. The thought of it made him feel a little sick. Poor little baby Tsar, groaned Luther cruelly. Thinks he's such a big boy, but he can't do any magic whatsoever. My magic will come in, hissed Tsar, but in the meantime, I swear, he spat, eyes so small with anger that he could barely see out of them. I swear I'm going to catch a witch, and I will squeeze so much magic out of that witch, Luther, that I will blast you out of existence. Oh yeah, grinned Luther. He reached into his rucksack and took out one of his staffs. A wizard's staff was about the size of a walking stick, and wizards concentrated magic through them. Your spelling won't work on me when I'm carrying iron, roared Tsar, rushing forward to hit Luther with the saucepan. Which was perfectly true, but most unfortunately, in his charge forward, Tsar tripped over a long tangle of bramble, and his gloved hands lost their grip on the saucepan, and it went sailing over Luther's head and into the undergrowth. Luther pointed his staff at Tsar and whispered the word of a spell under his breath. Luther's body trembled as the magic quivered through him and channeled out of his hand into the staff, which concentrated it into one quick, fierce, hot bolt of magic that blasted out of the end of the staff, hitting Tsar on the legs. Tsar stopped mid-charge, his feet stuck to the ground by Luther's spell. Ha 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 ha! Laughed Luther's followers. Remove the spell, shouted Tsar, struggling to shift his feet, but it was as if they had turned to lead. No, I don't think I will, smiled Luther. Tsar lost his temper. He snapped his fingers. Meow! Before anyone could blink or think, King Cat launched himself at Luther, huge jaws agape, 60 stone of silvery grey killing machine. Screaming in terror, Luther was pinned up against a tree trunk, looking aghast at the great cat's nightmare face, inches away from his own, and what felt like 4 kitchen knives sinking into his shoulder. They had already drawn blood. None of Luther's own sprites or animals had time to move or protect him. One more click of my fingers, spat Tsar, and King Cat will take off your head. Cheat, panted Luther. You cheated. You're not supposed to use your animals to attack a fellow wizard. Remove the spell, shouted Tsar. Luther was now every bit as angry as Tsar himself, but what could he do? He pointed his staff at Tsar and removed the spell, so that Tsar's feet could move, and then Tsar made a signal to King Cat to let Luther go. You're mad, a lunatic, raged Luther, as King Cat dropped him, and Luther gazed in astonishment at the 4 neat, bleeding puncture wounds in his shoulder. Your animal has bitten me. If you dare enter that spelling competition, I'm going to annihilate you. Luther turned to Tsar's followers. Who wants to come with me rather than staying here with this silly little madman and his stupid witch trap? Shouted Luther. One by one, Tsar's followers backed away from Tsar and towards Luther and climbed on board their wolves or snowcats, muttering things like, Sorry, Tsar, this is a bit too crazy, even for you. And, if witches aren't extinct, they are bad magic, Tsar. We shouldn't be here. You see, crowed Luther triumphantly, a great leader has to have someone to lead, and no one wants to follow a magicless lunatic. Good luck with meeting your witch, loser boy. And then Luther rode away on the back of his wolf, followed by most of the other wizards. Cowards! Roared Tsar, nearly crying, he was so angry. He ran into the undergrowth to retrieve the saucepan, and he shook his fists at the departing bats. We'll show you. We'll catch a witch. We'll take magic from it, and then we'll be so magic we'll fly without wings. Tsar turned with a sigh to the bedraggled remains of his followers. Why did Luther always have to spoil everything? Tsar had hardly anyone left now, only 3 young wizards whose magic hadn't come in either. A girl called Heliotrope and 2 boys, Rush and Darkish. A large lad with even larger ears who'd reached the age of 17 without showing any signs of magic whatsoever, and who was slightly on the dim side. Bother, he's left me with the losers, tutted Tsar. Here I say, Tsar, that's a bit unfair, protested Rush. Will we really fly without wings? Said Darkish, flapping his big arms up and down. Of course we will, promised Tsar, rubbing his hands together excitedly, for Tsar could never stay down for long. Those cowards are going to be so sorry they left. Darkish, you're the biggest, so you need to do the most digging, ordered Tsar. Rush, I'm afraid we're going to have to wound you a little to tempt the witch into the trap, and if anything goes wrong... I thought you said this mission was completely safe, said Rush suspiciously. Well, nothing is entirely safe, Tsar backtracked quickly. Life is dangerous, isn't it? After all, you could get killed just climbing a tree, like I nearly was just now. This is not climbing a tree, spluttered Caliburn from above, as the three young wizards began to obey Tsar's orders. This is intentionally trespassing on warrior territory, trying to set a trap for the scariest life form that has ever walked this planet. Caliburn sighed. Nobody was going to listen to him. Caliburn perched rigid on the tree branch, his head under his wing, as if, for as long as he buried his head under there, if he couldn't see the future would not happen. But of course, the old bird knew that would not work. Thanks for listening. I'll read another part in the near future. Bye bye for now.